Aguique-Evers, the Executive Governor of TARABA State, which is scheduled to take place as follows. Date, 31st October 2024. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Venue, Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Note, roadwork starts from CSC to Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Date, 31st October 2024. Time, 7 a.m. For more enquiries, contact this number 070-6677-5424. Announcer, Dr. Felista Irarima Musa, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration, Taraba State. The Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration, Taraba State, Dr. Felista Irarima Musa, in collaboration with Nigeria Association of the Blind Taraba State Chapter, cordially invites the public to its annual celebration of the 2024 International White Cane Day with the theme, Empowering Visually Impaired Individuals. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Aguique-Evers, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, which is scheduled to take place as follows. Date, 31st October 2024. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Venue, Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Note, roadwork starts from CSC to Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Date, 31st October 2024. Time, 7 a.m. For more enquiries, contact this number 070-6677-5424. Announcer, Dr. Felista Irarima Musa, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration, Taraba State. The Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social
and Computer-Based Test (CBT) every Mondays to Friday by 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. featuring all JAM courses, computer-based tests, WAEC and NECO tutorials at school located at the number 183 opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. What are you waiting for? You and your children deserve the best. So grab this opportunity now. The lesson fee is affordable at the cost of 5,000 naira per month. Take advantage of this rare opportunity. For more inquiries, contact 081-2854-3150 or 070-6342-8464 or 080-6466-0861. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Do you desire to have two?
At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Yembu branch, Usi Plaza, Yembu Sardauna State, 080-8978-2725. ATC branch, Zenith Bank agents, Taraba State University shops, ATC Outer Kola Local Government, 090-7850-2712. Other centers to take up soon. This initiative is supported by Zenith Bank, Globus Bank, Wema Bank, and Guarantee Trust Bank. Super Cash.
Are you tired of feeling like your style is missing that final touch? Do you want to make a statement without saying a word? Look no further than Cindy Fragrance. At Cindy Fragrance, we believe that your scent is a reflection of your style and individuality. That's why we offer a wide range of perfume to suit every budget and taste. Whether you prefer top designer brand, niche level or affordable option, we have something for everyone. Because of Cindy Fragrance, we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and elegant. So, don't wait. Unleash your scent, unleash your style at Cindy Fragrance. And right now, when you buy 3 perfumes, you would get 10% off. Hurry in and experience the wall of fragrance at Cindy Fragrance. Call us at 070-6226-7828. Cindy Fragrance. Inhale confidence, exhale elegance. Are you tired of feeling like your style is missing that final touch? Do you want to make a statement without saying a word? Look no further than Cindy Fragrance. At Cindy Fragrance, we believe that your scent is a reflection of your style and individuality. That's why we offer a wide range of perfume to suit every budget and test. Whether you prefer top designer brand, niche level or affordable option, we have something for everyone. Because at Cindy Fragrance, we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and illegal. So, don't wait. Unleash your scent, unleash your style at Cindy Fragrance. And right now, when you buy 3 perfumes, you would get 10% off. Hurry in and experience the wall of fragrance at Cindy Fragrance. Call us at 070-6226-7828. Cindy Fragrance. Inhale confidence, exhale elegance. Are you tired of feeling like your style is missing that final touch? Do you want to make a statement without saying a word? Look no further than Cindy Fragrance. At Cindy Fragrance, we believe that your scent is a reflection of your style and individuality. That's why we offer a wide range of perfume to suit every budget and taste. Whether you prefer top designer brand, niche level or affordable option, we have something for everyone. Because at Cindy Fragrance, we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and illegal. So, don't wait. Unleash your scent, unleash your style at Cindy Fragrance. And right now, when you buy 3 perfumes, you would get 10% off. Hurry in and experience the wall of fragrance at Cindy Fragrance. Call us at 070-62.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At TARABA Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of TARABA State. Jalingo Branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing Branch, Zenith Bank Agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Yembu Branch, Usi Plaza, Yembu Sardauna State, 080-8978-2725. ATC Branch, Zenith Bank Agents, Taraba State University Shops, ATC, Outer Kola Local Government, 090-7850-2712. Other centers to take up soon. This initiative is supported by Zenith Bank, Globus Bank, Wema Bank, and Guarantee Trust Bank. Super Cash. Are you
Good morning, Nigeria. This is Some TV Morning Show. As a nation, this morning is a new day. We thank God for His blessings upon us as a nation. We, as a nation, Nigeria is reputed to be the heartbeat of Africa. But in spite of these good names and these accolades, we still have our challenges as a nation. We have economic challenges, we have security challenges, we have political challenges. We have this issue of economic meltdown that has bedeviled all the nations of the world. But this is a call for resilience. We as a nation, even as we think of these challenges and myriads of things that is giving us to becloud our face and make us have challenges, we still celebrate our triumph as a nation. We still celebrate ourselves as triumphant people. Let's celebrate our leadership. Let's have hope in the leadership of the nation and the leadership of our various states. Let's have hope in ourselves as a human being. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to introduce to you our guests as we delve into the matters of the day. The matters of the day is discussing the major headlines in the national dailies. My name is Ira Daniel Okwe. We'll go for a commercial break now.
For 80 and above in JAM, TARABA Business School TBS is here again with another wonderful offer. JAM Lesson and Computer-Based Test CBT every Mondays to Friday by 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. featuring all JAM courses, computer-based tests, WAEC and NACO tutorials at school located at the number 183 opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. What are you waiting for? You and your children deserve the best. So grab this opportunity now. The lesson fee is affordable at the cost of 5,000 naira per month. Take advantage of this rare opportunity. For more inquiries, contact 081 28 54 3150 or 070 63 42 8464 or 080 64 66 0861. TARABA Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Do you desire 267828? Cindy Fragrance. Inhale confidence, exhale elegance. Are you tired of feeling like your style is missing that final touch? Do you want to make a statement without saying a word? Look no further than Cindy Fragrance.
Welcome back from our commercial break. With us today, this morning, is a very important personality, our regular guest on the show. We welcome Chief Gabriel Olayenka. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here once again.
Yeah. Let's just commence with the matters of the day. On Daily Independent. Daily Independent has a major headline that talk about FG uncovers cartel behind skyrocketing poultry prices. In the light of food security and the relevance of poultry business and in the survival of the nation, what do you think this issue?
We all know that Nigeria is ruled by a lot of cartels. You know, cartels are people whom want to hold the nation ransom. Poultry items, if we talked about eggs, today now a crate of egg is 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira a crate of egg. If you look at chicken, in fact, day before yesterday, I wanted to eat chicken. Do you know that I went around the city of Jalingo, hardly any joint where they are selling roasted chicken, and the complaint is that the prices is so high that they felt if they were to buy and do it, it will not go. Part of also what is causing it is the cost of feeds. You know, cost of feeds has gone so much because majority of these chickens are what we call the agri chicken. So it's good that federal government stepped in, because you see we are getting to a situation in which we are bringing a lot of confusion into our national economy. Is it the issue of fuel we should be dealing with? Is it the prices of agricultural produce? Now we are talking about poultry item. So it's a good one. Let's see what the federal government will do to solve this problem, because particularly for the younger ones, some of us that are older ones, we can live without even protein, you know, but for the younger ones, they still need some of these things for their good health, for their growth, and for their development.
Yes, and there is another headline on the Daily Independent: condemnation trail court order stopping rivers allocation. Atiku cautions judiciary not to set the state on fire. An opposition rep said it is height of judicial rascality. Is it actually judicial rascality in the light of the fact that there are precedents that the judge cited before making that judgment?
Yeah, for me, that judgment was given by the Federal High Court in Abuja. I'm not a lawyer, but looking at jurisdiction, I believe that issues of national allocation supposed to be within the jurisdiction of Supreme Court or Court of Appeal. Okay. You see, our courts is part of our problem. This same river issue, we have received a lot of counter judgment. Sometimes the worrisome part of some of this judgment is that they are giving by court of the same jurisdiction. Don't be surprised tomorrow a federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt will give a judgment, ordering Central Bank, Zenith Bank, because I saw that judgment, the parties in which were asked not to entertain was the Central Bank, the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. Zenith Bank was also stated in that particular judgment. So for me, I believe in what Rep says, that we have in recent times experienced judicial rascality. Because how could court, because based on court hierarchy, a federal high court and state high court have the same jurisdiction. So how could a federal high court give a judgment, a state high court come and give a contrary judgment? I was told that the Judicial Council may have invited some of these judges over some of these contradicting judgment. So I believe that all this we're doing, we are overheating the politics in Rivers State. As I mentioned the other day, the two major parties involved in the crisis in Rivers State need to shield. Because most of these things are done for personal gain and personal interest, So the Honorable Minister of FCT, Wensin Wike, and the Rivers State Governor, Fabra, all of them need to shed their sword in the interest of Rivers State. If allocation of Rivers State is not released, who is to suffer it?
The citizens.
Is it Wike?
No.
Is it Fabra?
The local people.
It's the local people. So we have seen this tussle of power enough. There is problem in the State House of Assembly. I don't know how many members now, but the other day we were told there is 7 members that the allocation, the jack allocation approval was presented to. So you see all the confusion we are causing ourselves. So if truly our mind and our attention is on the people, if all that we want is the good and progress of our people, so it is time we put the people first. The people first. So I think judiciary is also contributing to the confusion that we are currently experiencing. Judiciary needs to, because we all say judiciary is the hope of the common man. So judiciary need to do something to really show that they are the hope of the common man. They are the hope of the people, so that things like this will not continue to happen in this country.
Okay, let's go on to another headline from Daily Independent. Still talk about reps. Okay, 14-year jail term for sexual harassment. Do you think this is okay in higher institution?
Yeah, things like this are happening, and it's very, very unfortunate that we are still talking about sexual harassment. That's why I want to commend the TARABA state government for that initiative. Remember the other day we had the commissioner of education here in TARABA state, and she actually talked to us about the issue of what they are doing using a mobile device to track issues of sexual harassment. There are a lot of things to do, and I want to commend the House of Rep for coming up with such a bill. Because sometimes some of these things happening because there were no laws on ground. So, but with things like this, I think it's a welcome development if such laws are being put in place, and people get to understand that there is a serious punishment for anybody who indulge himself with things like this. I think there's going to be a serious reduction.
And onto a headline that give credence to what the judiciary is doing is a court grants reps who assaulted bus driver 500,000 naira bail. At least that's a step forward.
Yeah,
That's
for me,
kudos
for
the
him to
Democrats.
even be arrested,
Yes,
because
an arraign.
an array is something. Because initially what the rep was thinking was that he's above the law. You know, for him to say, to be making those statements he was making, and tell him, do you know who I am? You know, I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You understand? Shows that he hitherto believed that, you know, nothing can be done to him. So for me, the essence of what happened is not just for him to whether the fine was paid or the fine was not paid, but what is most important for me was the fact that he was arrested, he was arraigned. So that for me is kudos to the judiciary and kudos to the people, that the power of the people will stand, because if not for the public outcry and the issues that everybody have raised and making comment about it, you know, that is how many of such assault has happened that nobody even heard about it and nobody did anything about it and nothing was done about it. So I think for me is a plus that those within authority are getting to know that the power actually belongs to the people. And that is the beauty of democracy, that power should belong to the people, not to those who are in authority. So nobody should take law into his hand or begin to do things anyhow he wants. We must understand that the people are with the power. And I think I commend such effort, and I think it's going to serve as a deterrent to others.
And don't you think that the bus driver too has a role in this case, in the sense that he stood up and took the case to court and other things like
No, it's not the bus driver.
Okay.
It's the people.
Okay.
What happened was, when it happens, the video surfaced online.
Okay.
And when the video surfaced online, people began to share it. People like the very dark man,
Okay.
you know, the boatman was a helpless man.
Okay.
He was a helpless man, a man that a whole House of Rep member was threatening. You understand? So, but what happened was that the video surfaced online and people began to share it. You know, the police were informed and they switched into action. The man was invited, he was arrested, he was taken to court, he was charged to court, then court, because of course it's a bailable offense. It's a bailable offense. So he was granted bail. What it means is that bail does not mean the case has finished.
Yes.
He will still be coming to court anytime the case was fixed. So that's why I say power belongs to the people. It is the people. The people stood up. Somebody was videoing what was happening. It's not the boatman that was videoing what was happening. He was the one being assaulted. Somebody was videoing it. Somebody. So the people. What the point I'm making is that people are beginning to be aware of their right and responsibility.
And we go on to another headline on the Leadership newspaper. The Leadership newspaper talk about how Senate have confirmed the ministerial nominees by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Do you think this is a way forward? Is this appointment, this confirmation, and their subsequent swearing in, is it possible for it to have turned around the fortunes of Nigeria, or it is another way of wasting the resources of the nation?
You know, what happened was what we call minor cabinet reshufflement. There was a minor cabinet reshufflement. The minor cabinet reshufflement saw some ministries scrapped or merged or reintegrated, like Ministry of Niger Delta saw an emergence of all other ministries together that are within regional ministries. That means Ministry of Northeast Development Commission, Niger Delta Development Commission. All these commissions now are going to be under the preface of the same ministry. So we saw that happening. Now we also saw the relief of duty of some ministers, like Minister of Education, Minister of Tourism, and a host of others.
The suspended Minister of Humanitarian
Yes,
Affairs.
the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. Those were relief. If truly they were relief based on performance, I think for me it's a good one. It is time that those who are in position should be whole responsible, accountable for their duty. That means if you are given a task to do, you should be able to do it diligently, with all vigors and with all that it takes. One good thing about this yesterday's ministerial training was the fact that they were already given designation before the screening. You know, before, what used to happen is that they would just send list of ministers, and you don't even know the question to ask them because you don't even know the portfolio they are going to be handling. But what we saw yesterday was already for every minister that appeared at the floor of the Senate yesterday was already having designation. So they were able to speak to the ministry in which they are being appointed to. See the state minister for foreign affairs, the wife of the late Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu. She was formerly a Nigerian ambassador to Spain. She was able to talk about what she was able to do when she was Nigerian ambassador to Spain. So we were able to hear some revelation where she was telling us about how dilapidated the official residence of the ambassador was, how the Nigerian embassy in Spain was an eyesore, and what she did. So it is now left for the Senate to look at the person's antecedent and look at his understanding of where he's coming from and know whether, okay, maybe this, of course, we know that as of yesterday, they were being approved, and the Senate has approved the 7 of them. We're expecting that maybe today or thereabout, the president may swear them in, because it's expected that maybe today or tomorrow the president may swear in. So for me, I think it's a progress in our political journey that we have a situation where 2 things happen. Ministers who was deemed to be non-performing were sacked. Other ministers were brought in, and immediately portfolio was given even before they went for the screening. So they were able to talk to the particular position that they are coming in. So I think for me is a progress we are making. Let's believe that they are going to, because sometimes when people know that they are not going to be there permanently, it forces you to begin to know, what can I do to make an impact? They coming in knowing fully well that some people were sacked for them to come in is a wake-up call for them to know that you need to make an impact in these positions that you have been elected or you have been appointed to occupy.
Yes, it's true. In the light of the fact that the statement issued was that non-performance, they were sacked for non-performance. And another headline on Leadership newspaper is a statement made by Professor Tahiru Jega, the former INEC chairman. He was advising the federal government not to say, don't take everything IMF tells you. Tahiru Jega wants the federal government. What's your assessment of this?
Yeah, this is not the first time something like this is being said. You remember that the president of NLC made a similar statement whereby he was blaming the IMF for the removal of first subsidy. And for me, which is not completely correct, because for me, the issue of removal of subsidy was purely the idea of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. But looking at what Jega said. Yes, I concur with Jega that we should not always just take what IMF, World Bank tell us and begin to consume it, because Nigeria is a sovereign nation, is a nation on its own. So we must be able to look at policies that suit our economy. We must be able to look at policy that will be to the growth, progress, and well-being of our people. If we accepting some of these policies that the World Bank, and look at, for instance, Nigerian currency is said to be the third worst currency in the world. Nigerian currency is said to be the third worst currency in the world. The whole giant of Africa having the third worst currency in the whole world. What a shame. But you need to also understand something. There's this adage, they say whoever dictate the
who pays the piper calls the tune.
So you cannot be borrowing money from IMF and World Bank and say they will not dictate your economy for you. Most of this money we collect from them, they have conditions. So that's the issue. So it is not just enough and say don't accept, but also don't accept their money. So that is in fact, for me, that is the crux of the matter. The crux of the matter is that's why up to now, if you look at our budget, over 40-something% of our budget goes for debt servicing. We still have debt with IMF, we have with World Bank, we have with London Club of Creditors, we have with Paris Club. These were things that during Obasanjo we had forgiveness. There was issue of debt relief and debt forgiveness in those days. So we must understand that these are the issues. These are the issues. So we cannot just be saying, I don't accept their money, I don't accept their advice. We have not been able to build our local currency, our local economy, an economy that depends on Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of oil. That it is now we are trying to meet up our domestic supply by refining. Even that is coming with a lot of challenges. Check a lot of headlines today. Petrol dealers are still having issues and quarrel and fighting with Dangote fuel. So we have not even been able to set the issues right when it comes to even how we are able to deal with. So Nigerian economy is not a domestic economy. What I mean by domestic economy is an economy that is value. We still import virtually every frozen chicken. We still import rice. Nigeria should not be one of the country importing food. Our land is fertile. Why will it be that at this stage of our national development we are still importing food items? So we cannot just be talking about don't accept World Bank or IMF decision when they control a lot of things for us. So this is the crux of the matter. We must be able to develop our local economy. That is the issue.
Okay, on to another major headline in the leadership newspaper. I say bill for traditional rulers rule funding ready. Is it necessary for us to fund the traditional institutions and give them a constitutional role in Nigeria?
Yes, I 100% support that bill. as a person, I am in 100% support of that bill. Number one is the fact that our traditional institution, as it stands today, has no any role and responsibility. If the issue of local government autonomy will work effectively, hope you know that the traditional institutions are literally the ones that are close to the local people. There is a need for us to set role and responsibility for them. If not, we're going to run into problem. You know the problem? Local government chairmen are going to become powerful. We will come and see a situation whereby local government chairmen will start disrespecting our traditional institution. It's already happening in the state government with governors. We are seeing situations where governor can just sit down one day and say he has sacked a traditional ruler. We have seen situations where governors determine who becomes a traditional ruler. These are things that have history. Most of these things are things that have precedent, that have a way in which the people select who becomes their king. But today, the reality of kingship in most part of Nigeria today lies with the governor. In fact, in most of our constitution, it is the governor that selects whom he wants as a king of a particular place. This has caused a lot of confusion, a lot of crisis in different parts of this country. So for me, I think it's a welcome development. Yesterday, the president had a meeting with key traditional rulers across the country. Our own paramount ruler, the Akuka of Ukari, was present at the meeting at Asoro. So, and I think all the meeting is meant to be able to synergize this need for the traditional rulers to have a place. Let there be a constitutional role and responsibility. If that happens, we're going to have smooth operation. It means, because what it means as it stands today is that for the whole existence of Nigeria since 1960, the traditional has just exist like that without having a key place in the constitution. So for me, it's a welcome development. It's going to solve a lot of problems, and it's going to strengthen our democracy, because when traditional rulers have a role and responsibility, they also will know their boundaries. We also have seen where traditional institutions have overstepped their boundaries. So, and all is because they say where there is no law, there is no sin. But if this is done in such a way that there is proper understanding, there is rule, there are regulation, then things will be able to move smoothly the way it's supposed to be.
In terms of funding, because they mentioned that funding. So if we begin to fund these traditional institutions, don't you think it's another way of creating an unnecessary expenses for the government?
Are we not funding it now?
If it becomes constitutional, it becomes
enshrined. If we are funding it illegally, what is wrong in funding it legally? As it stands today, let me tell you this. In every state, there is either a Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs or Bureau for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. As it stands today, there is an amount that bureau pay traditional rulers every month, depending on their greatness. There is an amount they give first class chiefs, second class chief, third class chief, and sometimes. So what is wrong if we are doing it illegally now? What is wrong to do it legally? So for me, all these things we are talking about already exist. Traditional rulers are already playing a role in our governance. They're already playing a role of mediators, role of bringing people together, role of ensuring peace within their domain, role of, they're already playing a role. The only thing is that there is no constitutional backing to what they are doing. So all that we want to do is to give it constitutional backing. And lack of this constitutional backing is what is causing the crisis. So even the issue of funding, states are already funding traditional institutions in most places. So if we are doing it illegally, what is wrong if we now want to do it in a legal means? So I think for me, there's nothing wrong with what the federal government is trying to do. For me, it's even going to solve a lot of problems. It's going to make everybody to know his boundaries, his role, his responsibility, his duties, so that when he steps above his boundary, he'll be able to know that he's doing something that's wrong. Boundaries for even government. Government will know that this thing I want to do is supposed to be traditional institution that will do it. So there is nothing wrong in giving it a legal framework.
Okay. That takes us to the next point. On TG News, one of the major headlines on TG News is that how Wamako Lamido supremacy battle spilled Sokoto traditional rulers. In the light of what you mentioned earlier on how the political leadership is exacting influence. Now, don't you think this is the politicization of the traditional institution by giving them this recognition in the constitution? It gives them this platform to be politicized and leave their role as traditional institutions and become government institutions and political institutions.
I think we are preempting. We need to allow the law to come out first. Let's see what such law is going to be subjected to public hearing. We need to know what are the role and responsibility that the Constitution has given them. Look at the Sokoto case that you are talking about. Before now, it is the traditional institution that determine the Sultan appoint all other traditional institutions in Sokoto State. What this new law in Sokoto is trying to do now is to strip the Sultan of that power. So that subsequently now, it is the state government that will be appointing traditional rulers across Sokoto State government. That is the problem that is happening in Sokoto currently. So you see now that what I'm saying, the fact that there is nothing wrong in giving constitutional backing to a traditional institution. The oldest form of institution we have in Nigeria is a traditional institution. The traditional institution is the oldest institution that we have in Nigeria. So what is wrong if we give it a backing? Because what is happening in Sokoto now is that all the traditional institutions will no longer now be subjected to the Sultan, will want to be loyal to the government. That is even the polarization of the issue. When this traditional institution is now subjected to the dictate of the government. So I think for me, it is a good thing that this is happening. It is a good thing that this is happening. If it properly happens, it's going to give everybody understand what is his role, what is his responsibility, and so forth.
And the issue we brought up yesterday on okay, let me go to this one. Cold War claim over 20 lives in Benin. Now we're talking about how what do you think the police should do in this issue, since it's a kind of a gang war between two cults in Benin, up to the extent that 20 people were killed? Should there be a kind of particular security detachment to this kind of function so that to forestall the occurrence of this kind of crisis?
Yeah, a lot of people take law into their hands in this country, and I think it's a good thing that we need to understand that government need to take proactive steps. Cultism, for instance, is not allowed in Nigeria. Cultism is forbidden. So it means that anybody who is caught to be a cult is supposed to be arrested, prosecuted, because it's against our law, it's against our constitution. So our relevant security agency need to take this issue, because imagine that 20 lives were wasted. Let me call it wasted. If you look at a good number of these 20 lives, most of them are young people at their prime age. Can we continue to lose the lives of our able young men in this manner? The question is no. So something needs to be done to ensure that things like this is prevented. It is something that should be prevented. It is something that should not be happening.
Okay, let's go to Nigeria News Direct. Nigeria News Direct has a headline that talks about marketers cite pricing issue for non-patronage of Dangote refinery. Don't you think this thing is leading towards monopoly? Dangote being the only refinery in Nigeria, maybe is tending towards monopoly?
Yeah, you see, what is happening in this country is there is blame and counter blame. Dangote are claiming that they are not the one fixing price, that it is NNPC that is fixing price. Another thing you need to ask yourself is, at how much is NNPC giving Dangote the crude? What will Dangote spend to refine the crude from crude oil to maybe PMS or to EGO or to kerosene? These are the things we need to ask ourselves. Naturally, for me, Dangote fuel is supposed to be cheaper than any other fuel in the world, having been that it's refined locally or within the country. But there is a principle in economics called economy of scale. What is the principle of economy of scale? The principle of economy of scale is that when you do things in large quantity, the unit price of that thing tend to reduce. You have bigger refineries outside this country, some very close to us in Niger here, that has a large capacity of refined crude oil and can be able to afford and sell lower than what Dangote is doing. So this is where the problem lies. So, but for me, Nigerian government needs to sit down, look at this policy, and see what to do to make sure that what we get internally or locally should be far, far cheaper than what we obtain. Because for marketers, for Dangote, everybody is a capitalist. A capitalist is an individual that is concentrating on the profit aspect of whatever he's doing. The marketers want to make more profits. Dangote also is not doing a charity work. He wants to refine and make gain that will sustain the company. So you see now between two parallel. He will look at how much the NNPC is giving him crude oil to be able to know the margin in which he's going to make. While marketers will be looking at, where should I get this thing? What we call oil farm. Oil farm is a large storage facility that enable you store fuel. We look at, let me go and buy this thing maybe from we can ship, let's say 500 million liters, for instance, and he gets a discount of 2 naira per liter. Multiply 2 naira per liter by 500 liters, you are going to be getting 1 billion naira. That means he is getting a reduction of 1 billion naira against if he has bought it from Dangote, which of the two do you think he's going to go for?
Definitely the one that is cheaper.
He will go for the one that is cheaper. Even if he consider the cost of shipping, if he's making 1 billion naira, let's say the cost of shipping is even up to 500 million or 400 million, he's still going to make additional 600 million profit on top of having to bring it. And he will not consider the quality, because another thing with some of the fuel we imported is that we don't even test their quality. And that's why you see a lot of things happen, so many things in our roads. You see a vehicle that just take fuel, before you know what happened, it has knocked, fuel pump has packed up, nozzles have had issue, because most of the time we don't even test anything. We just bring in anything and sell anything. A lot of marketers, what is their priority is profit making. So these things go beyond just what we are seeing. The marketers have a point, Dangote has a point. It is the government. I know now government say we are not subsidizing, because naturally what will have happened in situation like this is okay, for locally refined oil, we are subsidizing by so amount to make sure it is gotten cheaper. But you know that also has a disadvantage. If you can sell it cheaper, Nigeria is bordered by a lot of countries: Cameroon, Chad, Niger, Benin Republic. By the time the commodity is cheaper here, people will buy it in the name of using it in the country and smuggle it to go and sell it more expensively in some of this country. So you see, our problem is multifaceted. As we try to solve this problem, another problem is raising its ugly head. That is the issue before us.
Okay, there's this headline on The Nation. The Nation's Tinubu appoints Major General Oluyode as acting army chief. Is there need for the appointment of acting? Maybe should Lagbaja resign in the light of the fact that he is incapacitated?
Are you the one that declared incapacitated?
Well, okay, for the fact that somebody is going to act on his behalf.
No, Lagbaja is sick, and Lagbaja has been flew abroad for medical treatment. There is a process to declare somebody incapacitated in Nigeria. There must be a medical report by a competent medical individual that such an individual cannot be able to perform his function. Remember that some weeks ago, not weeks, about a week ago, there was this rumor that said Lagbaja was dead. In fact, a particular blogger took it personal and announced that Lagbaja is dead. The Army Public Relations Office has come up to deny that allegation and said Lagbaja was not dead. You also remember that Lagbaja, after that news, spoke to the president. He had a phone call conversation with the president in which he informed the president of his state of health and even said he will soon come back and return to his duty post. So that is to say, for now, we cannot completely say Lagbaja is incapacitated. But I must say the action taken by the president is also in the right direction. Okay. Army is a very sensitive place. If you did not do something, the high-ranking, there may be issue within the high-ranking authorities, and before you know what happened, who can set in. So the step taken by the president is a right step. Let there be no vacuum. Since for now Lagbaja is not available, let there be somebody that is acting. Two things that is going to do. Number one is that it's going to prevent, because originally as Lagbaja is away and there is a rumor of him sick, as you also is assuming incapacitated, some may also be assuming incapacitated. There is that issue of power tussle. Everybody will want to take over that position. That happens in Nigeria. Immediately somebody is not in his position, somebody will always think it is my own turn. So what the president has done to appoint an acting chief of army staff is the right direction. Number one, it will help us to really study the situation of Lagbaja very well and see whether he will be coming back or there's a need to appoint a substantive chief of army staff. Number two is that it will reduce the pressure and the politicking that will have been taking place among the armies. You remember that even shortly after Lagbaja left, a lot of top army officials were also asked to resign or were relieved of their position or were resigned. All this, you know, as I told you, the army is a volatile, is a crucial place. You shouldn't allow any vacuum. So and that's why I commend the president for what he has done. Let's use this period to monitor the situation and know whether there's going to be a substantive person or this issue will continue like that.
Yes, I want to take a cue from what the presidential spokesman did during Galilei, how he resigned on, though he didn't say it was on health issue, but he said on personal issue. But I think if somebody is having integrity, you should be able to say, okay, I'm stepping aside, I'm resigning, so that since I'm going for a sick, I don't know when I'm going to come back. It happens in climes in Europe like that and other civilized societies. Maybe we should replicate that in Nigeria. Maybe Lagbaja himself should write and say, I'm resigning, so that the security challenges will not be, the vacuum will not create any unnecessary security.
For me, the vacuum has been filled. There's an acting. When there is an acting somebody, meaning that he can play the role of the person. Okay, what happens if Lagbaja comes back next week? Me and you don't really know the degree and intensity of Lagbaja's sickness. So it is wrong to conclusion that he will have resigned. So what if what is happening to Lagbaja is not serious? What if it's a particular surgery that he needed to have done and he went and do it? And you know, when you do a surgery, you will recuperate. The only problem we have in this country most of the time is that we are not transparent. If it is in another country, there will be proper announcement of what is wrong with Lagbaja. The hospital he's receiving treatment, and at different time will be giving updates on what is happening. So for me, that is one thing that is lacking in this country. We are not transparent when it comes to how we handle issues and how we do things in our country. If we are, this is a small thing. We will have known the progress and we will have known what is happening. We will have known the true position. Maybe even when he spoke to the president, it could have been on a video. People will have seen him and all that. That will give people understanding to judge. So for now that we don't know the actual situation, it will be, because you see in Nigeria, sometimes is what they want us to hear. This Nglari issue that you mentioned, other people say he was asked to resign. That is not as if he resigned voluntarily. Okay. What if that assertion is true? Okay. So Nigeria is more complex than what you are thinking. Sometimes even when somebody says he's resigning, you know, there's what we call advice to resign. Sometimes when something happens, if they want to give you soft landing, they'll just tell you, Mr. Man, go and write that you are resigning. Most times, it's not you that wanted to resign. No, it is just to give you a soft landing. Maybe because they like you or they don't want to disgrace you. If not, they will just fire you at once. So we may not actually even know what actually is the true situation of even Nglari that you mentioned. But what is important as far as this issue is concerned is the transparency. When we say something is transparent, it means that when you look at it, you are going to see everything inside without seeing anyone that is colored or that you don't have access to. That's what it means. So there is a need to be transparent. And this is not only affecting the chief of army staff. It has affected a lot of people, a lot of governors, you know, a lot of our traditional, our rulers, our you know, can travel. We know what happened during Yaradua region. You know how the doctrine of necessity has to be created by the Senate then. So this is Nigerian factor. But what is important in situations like this is ability to be transparent.
Yeah, there's another headline on the blueprint. The blueprint said excitement as TCN restore power supply to northern state 1 week after. Should the TCN give us guarantee and say, okay, this one now is going to last for the next 15 years?
Yes. It's important that let's celebrate, because as of yesterday, we didn't know that light will be back. Yesterday, when we were here in the morning yesterday, we didn't know that light will be back. But thank God, light came back. But the issue is that light came back yesterday, and by this morning there is no light again. So what is important is the sustainability. We appreciate that effort were done to restore light. Jalingo, for instance, where we are broadcasting from, experienced light yesterday. There were lights in some good part of some areas, like Roadblock, Mile 6 area, and so many other areas had a light yesterday. So what is important is the sustainability of what we are talking about. Let this thing be sustainable. Let this thing be permanent. Let's move from one problem or the other. By now, Nigerians should be talking about constant electricity. We have mentioned that we cannot experience economic development until we are able to experience stable power supply.
If you're just joining us, this is Sun TV Morning Show. We're going on a commercial break now. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more exciting discussion.
Businessman or woman, do you need loan to grow your business? At TARABA Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of TARABA State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Yembu branch, Usi Plaza, Yembu Sardauna State, 080-8978-2725. ATC branch, Zenith Bank agents, Taraba State University shops, ATC Outer Kola Local Government, 090-7850-2712. Other centers to take up soon. This initiative is supported by Zenith Bank, Globus Bank, Wema Bank, and Guarantee Trust Bank. Super Cash.
Hired to have 280 and above in JAM? TARABA Business School TBS is here again with another wonderful offer. JAM Lesson and Computer-Based Test CBT every Mondays to Friday by 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. featuring all JAM courses, computer-based tests, WAEC and NECO tutorials at school located at the number 183 opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. What are you waiting for? You and your children deserve the best. So grab this opportunity now. The lesson fee is affordable at the cost of 5,000 naira per month. take advantage of this rare opportunity. For more inquiries, contact 081 28 54 3150 or 070 63 42 8464 or 080 64 66 0861. TARABA Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. At Cindy Fragrance, we believe that your scent is a reflection of your style and individuality. That's why we offer a wide range of perfume to suit every budget and taste. Whether you prefer top designer brand, niche level or affordable option, we have something for everyone. Because at Cindy Fragrance, we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and elegant. So, don't wait. Unleash your scent, unleash your style at Cindy Fragrance. And right now, when you buy 3 perfumes, you would get 10% off. Hurry in and experience the world of fragrance at Cindy Fragrance. Call us at 070-6226-7828. Cindy Fragrance. Inhale confidence, exhale elegance. Are you tired of feeling like your style is missing that final touch? Do you want to make a statement without saying a word? Look no further than Cindy Fragrance. At Cindy Fragrance, we believe that your scent is a reflection of your style and individuality. That's why we offer a wide range of perfume to suit every budget and taste. Whether you prefer top designer brand, niche level or affordable option, we have something for everyone. Because at Cindy Fragrance, we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and elegant. So, don't wait. Unleash your scent, unleash your style at Cindy Fragrance. And right now, when you buy 3 perfumes, you would get 10% off. Hurry in and experience the world of fragrance at Cindy Fragrance. Call us at 070-6226-7828. Cindy Fragrance. Inhale confidence, exhale elegance. Are you tired of
Come back. This is Sun TV Morning Show. We still have in the studio Chief Gabriel Olayenka. Gabriel Olayenka is a lecturer with Taraba State University, CEO Taraba Business School, CEO Taraba News, and CEO Sun TV. At this point, we are going to go into the discussion on the newspaper headline of Taraba News. One of the major headlines here is Jerry Faransa Task Force takes campaign to Okari local government.
Yeah, we have been talking about the task force as it relates to the issue of deforestation, illegal cutting of woods, and even the issue of charcoal production, how it has affected. What is happening currently is that the task force has been doing a lot of advocacy. They were in Lao the other day. They were in Jalingo the other day where they arrested some. They conducted a world press conference in Abuja. Yesterday again, they were in Wokari. So I think the committee is trying to use both the stick and carrot approach. That is, by trying to talk to the people, let them understand the danger, not just issue of arrest, prosecuting another. So it's a good thing. We all have talked about the danger of this. Thank God, if you look at Taraba News, the AFAN that is has come up with sales of an eco-friendly which save 80% cooking stoves. So we can begin to exploit some of these alternatives, so rather than the one that is that will affect our generation and even generation yet unborn. Let's look at some of these alternatives and make use of some of these alternatives, so that we can save the environment.
Okay, there's another major headline on Taraba about Taraba PDP chairman visit Northern Senatorial District, promise to decentralize party leadership to the what is the message about participation?
Yeah, I think politics. He is the first chairman of PDP to have visited any zonal office ever. He is the first chairman of PDP to have visited any zonal office ever. So, and this is promised to a decentralized party leadership to the grassroots. It's a very wonderful one. That shows that he understands politics, because politics is local. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Politics is local. Politics is not at the party state secretariat. You know, sometimes you go to the party secretariat, you will see plenty of people. That's not where politics takes place. Politics takes place at the grassroots. That's why I commend this kind of statement. This kind of statement is coming from somebody who understands politics. Because where is election being won and lost?
At the grassroots.
At the grassroots. We will sit here. I have been a political analyst in this state for 20 years, right from the days of Dambaba. Most elections are won for me. How did Darius won Aisha the last election? It was the vote from Gembu. We were here up to 12 o'clock. We were waiting. What were we waiting for? We were waiting for the vote from Gembu. It was when vote from Gembu came that Darius defeated Aisha. Before then, nobody was sure who would win that election. So, this move to see that the party decentralized and makes the grassroots function is a commendable one. And that's why other political parties need to wake up. As I mentioned the other day, PDP in Taraba or PDP in Taraba is the only PDP, is the only state that have never been ruled by any other opposition party. So it means that if opposition party really want to make serious, they need to wake up. Because from what I see PDP doing the other day, we saw how they received the campees from local government. From what we see PDP doing, PDP is not taking election in Taraba for granted. Despite the fact that they are in power, despite the fact that they have a lot of control of the House of Assembly, I still see them that ahead of 2027, they have begun to work already. So, if this continues, it means that we will see a situation where PDP will continue to rule in Taraba State.
There's another headline. Taraba government empowers orphans with science kits to enhance learning. I think this one is talking about how the Commissioner of Science and Technology gave out science kit to orphans.
Yes, yesterday the Commissioner of Science and Technology visited two schools. I don't know if we had the videos, if the editorial team can show us a clip of it. We have the video. Yesterday, the Commissioner of Science and Technology visited two schools, that is UMCN Junior Seminary and Alheri Orphanage. And the Honorable Commissioner of Science and Technology, that is Muslim Arusa, he donated science mobile. There was this mobile science equipment that was already procured by the Taraba state government for the state government schools. The essence of that was to improve the teaching and learning of science and technology. The kits has it's a mobile kit like that, and it has both the apparatus for chemistry, apparatus for biology, apparatus for chemistry. Already those kits have been distributed to all the schools in Taraba State. What happened yesterday was a gesture. You know that these two schools were actually not state government schools. So it was an orphanage school, and it was that orphanage school, particularly two of them were in Jalingo here. We know UMCN Junior Seminary is in is in mile 6, you know. So the commissioner visited the place, and he donated kits to them, and he also went to Alheri orphanage school, and in which there also he donated material. I think it's a commendable one, because we all know today that one thing that is lacking in the teaching of science and technology is lack of apparatus. So many students finish secondary school without even seeing a skeleton, or without seeing some important acid, without seeing thermometer, without seeing measuring weight. So they just come. Sometimes it's even when you have good teachers that will even go ahead and do the sketch for you. But in most cases, people just mention it, you do not even see it. So I think that is this is the occasion that is being played. So I think I must commend the Honorable Commissioner of Science and Technology for this wonderful innovation, because what this is going to do is that it is going to deepen the knowledge and understanding of the teaching of science and technology in the hearts of the people. Maybe we should hear the Honorable Commissioner.
Then, this science kit is an initiative of the Executive Governor of TARABA State to strengthen the basic science education, because he declared free education, since the inception of this administration. And then we did this program some months ago. We distributed 126 kits to some selected basic schools of the state. And then we find it very necessary and important to include this orphanage school, because this orphanage school, all the students that are here doesn't have parents. So we have to make sure that we explore their potentials to mold them, build them so that they will become useful in the future.
God decided to make the governor, to make the commissioner and the PAMSEC to be part of us here. I'm really very happy. It's going to help them greatly, because some of them have the ambition of being engineers in future. Some want to be doctors, medical doctors. Some want to be nurses.
These are things to which we have been aspiring for. There are things that our personal money cannot afford. There are things that we have been yearning to buy. There are things that we really suffer to get in this place. And because of the lack of finances, we finished our SS1. I'm a member of SS2. We finished our SS1 without practicals. It's due to the lack of finances. So we really appreciate the government and also the Ministry of Science and Technology for being part of us here. Very well, so that the government
Yeah, that was a video clip of the commissioner granting interview to the press on the donation of the science kit to the orphanage homes in Jalingo, those who are don't have parents and are incapacitated in one way or the other. And at this point in time, I want to comment Abdul Rauf Ibrahim Dantoho, David Jeremiah, and Abraham Maina Joda, who have taken the time to comment on our social media platform. We give you assurance of giving you upgrades of broadcasts as time goes on. By God's grace, Some TV morning show comes up every morning from Monday to Saturday. Morning show is a program that discusses the major headlines on the national dailies and round it up with the trending issues in Jalingo and Taraba and Northeast in general. We've come to the end of this broadcast for this day. Ensure to follow us tomorrow and other days from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am your I must appreciate our guests. Thank you for coming and giving us your insight on. Really appreciate, sir.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate. I remain your uncle, Ira Daniel Kukui. Stay blessed and goodbye.
Social Justice and Reintegration Taraba State, Dr. Filista Irarima Musa, in collaboration with Nigeria Association of the Blind Taraba State Chapter, cordially invites the public to its annual celebration of the 2024 International White Cane Day with the theme Empowering Visually Impaired Individuals. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Agbukefers, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, which is scheduled to take place as follows. Date 31st October 2024. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Note, roadwork starts from CSC to Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Date 31st October 2024. Time 7 a.m. For more enquiries, contact this number 070-6677-5424. Announcer Dr. Filista Irarima Musa, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration, Taraba State. The Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration, Taraba State, Dr. Filista Irarima Musa, in collaboration with Nigeria Association of the Blind Taraba State Chapter, cordially invites the public to its annual celebration of the 2024 International White Cane Day with the theme Empowering Visually Impaired Individuals. Special guest of honor, Kefers, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, which is scheduled to take place as follows. Date 31st October 2024. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Hope Afresh Foundation, Kona Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Note, roadwork starts from CSC to Hope